Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Eador, Masters of the Broken World with Wando Bondo. We're playing the White Wizard. Alright, well, it's time to fight some dragons, I think. We got all of our spells. I think we've got our tier 4 spells now, so we've got Time Stop, and we've got Dragon Form, which is probably the strongest spell, maybe in the game. I don't know. It's hard to say. And Polymorph. But this dragon form, you really need to have a lot of spell duration to make that work. And we're going to see, we're going to play around with it a little bit. But we have all of our spells now. We have all of our units now. We have a full group. And so we're ready to start marching around and doing some more fun, different kinds of battles. Last time we got this Archmage's Mantle, 10 hit points, 3 resistance, 3 defense, 3 range defense, and spell power +1. I think I'd rather have the 5 defense and then the 2 resistance. It's, you know what, this is about the same. And spell power +1, we don't use that. But hit points +10, that's better. That might be better than this by a little pinch, I suppose. 78 hit points, that's pretty good. 15 resistance, that's pretty good against a dragon. And we can cast something on ourselves to get more defense. We can use Stone Skin, and we can use Phantom Form. That would be good. So maybe we'll do that. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the capital. The commander is moving around and is at least 4 turns away. And we have Fair Wind. And that gives us 5, increases our mobility by 4. And we have mobility 3. And so that would be 7. And we're in the 7th ring. So we can get all the way back to the capital in 1 turn with Fair Wind. So that's pretty good. And there's nothing really for us to do here. Lost Souls is good. And I was thinking maybe this warrior could come and do Lost Souls. So what we'll do is we'll switch out everything here that we're going to sell. And we're going to go to the capital and we're going to sell everything. And maybe we're not going to use any of this stuff. You know, we'll leave this one here. We'll leave this here. And we'll leave this here for the warrior to come back and do the Lost Souls if we need some money. And that warrior, I think, can easily do Lost Souls. We have 7 magic resist. And we had 3 health regen every turn. And I'm pretty sure with just the Astral Energy, we would definitely not be taking too much damage. And Fireblade, we've got a little bit of a heal. And Astral Energy, and we should be cutting through those ghosts pretty good. So if we need to, then we can do that. Alright, so I think we've got everything. We're going to sell everything here. Resistance +2 on these boots. Initiative +1. Speed +1. Don't think that helps us. Stamina, hit points. It's about the same. I guess 2 more resistance would be a little bit better. But it's not that much. Alright, let's do Fair Wind on Eador. And we don't need to build anything. We know where the commander is. The warrior is moving. Oh, the warrior's moving in also. But that's alright. We'll be back there before. We'll be back into Viper Bogs before they can do anything. Because we're going to move all the way to the capital province in one go round. No, actually, we're stuck right to there. Is that because we don't have a A building here? Oh, what happened to that building? Something it must have been an earthquake or something. I thought for sure we had a building there. Well, let's start building it now. I don't know what happened. You know, there was some kind of event here, but I don't know how we lost our... And we don't have one here either? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. I know we had one here before. Oh well. And so that's the way it is. Well, let's just move. And we'll just deal with it. Too bad. Don't know exactly what happened. I think there was maybe an earthquake somewhere, or there was some kind of problem, and maybe had to do something. Silver mine. Continue exploring. 4% by Earthroom. Continue exploring. Nothing doing. Alright, let's see where they're at. They are both on this tile here. 1, 2, 3 spaces away. So we're going to be close to that. So at least we can get there this time. Do we have any more? Illusionary Battle, Gifts of Earth, Fair Wind, and Tower of Lightning. And we're still only at +6. I don't understand that exactly. But we'll see. If we make more money and we're still at +6, then we know we've got problems. Don't know if there's any other buildings. We really want to get to this bank if we could, which means we would need these other buildings, but I don't think we have the money to build that. Let's see if we get any money from this. See if it helps our income. Okay, I think we can move forward. We don't have any, we're not going to build. We don't have anything here. Actually, we do need to build the stables. And then we should start building stables here, I guess. But we have stables here. And I think we have stables here. We have stables here. We have stables there. There, 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 and there. And here. I thought we built stables everywhere, to be honest, but I guess not. Not here, which really doesn't matter. Okay, let's go back to the capital. Actually, let's look and see what we got, just for curiosity. Dwarves. We haven't fought dwarves yet. We might have to go back up there and fight those dwarves. Or we'll find some dwarves on the way, maybe, but we haven't fought dwarves yet. I am curious to see how it would be in the 7th ring. That might not be bad. And, okay, let's do this. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully. Well, they're doing a lot. I don't know what Bella's doing, but a lot going on. Ancient Crypt. Dark Dungeon. Ooh, I still want to get these villagers to breed birds. Haven't had that happen yet. Let the villagers breed the blue swans. Alright, not an easy task. They always fail. That's 3 or 4 times this playthrough. Too bad. An earthquake. Number of people killed and some buildings completely destroyed in mossy swamps. Oh, great. Alright. Provide aid to the victims. Alright, let them pass. 50 gold coins. Delivered to the treasury. Alright, let me guess. We lost our... of course, we lost our stables here. Alright, let's try and build it again. We still have our stables over here. Yes. So that must be what happened. And of course, it destroyed the stables. Why did it destroy the stables? I don't know. Alright. So we'll just rebuild the stables, and that should get us pretty good. That's too bad. I really didn't expect this to take an extra turn. And let me guess, they're coming now. Yep, but that's alright. We've got our units in here. They can't do that much. And we're going to fight some dragons. Let's go ahead and sell. Let's sell some stuff. I'm just going to start selling things because I think we have too much stuff and we're going to get better stuff. You know what? Let's just forget this banner. The Sword of Insanity. The other stuff, I don't know. 14,000. See, we should have made more. We were at +6 before. We should be at more now that we've had more money. It should at least gone up some. Basilisk Egg and Sandals of Illusion. Druid's Belt, Force Knowledge, and Stamina. We've got range defense and hit points and resistance. I think it's a little bit better. I don't want to prepare anything. I don't know if we need to. Probably do, but we'll wait till after we fight the dragon. We'll have more money. Then we'll see what we want to do. I really don't know what is going to happen. Alright, let's destroy some dragons. Let's get our good spells here. Let's do... We might want teleport. We can use teleport. We can't use slow on this dragon, and we have mass slow here, so we can get rid of that. And we might want to teleport our treant to the dragon to do some damage. And anti-magic, actually anti-magic would be better. That would help us to fight a little bit better. And we're not going to use delete, we're not going to use this, but we are going to need a lot of magic weapons. And we're going to do dragon form, and we're going to try time stop and see if time stop works after there's a dragon form. And then we're going to have one stone skin, and we're going to have one phantom form or 2 phantom forms, which might help us to survive a little bit. And we'll see. This should do it because we have resurrection and we have all these magic weapons for more resurrection with the cleric. And we have all of our units. We already sold. We have our units. We don't need to buy any more units. Okay. So everybody's healed up, I think. And we've got a cleric with resurrection. So when the dragon comes through and tries to wipe us out, we'll just resurrect. We have all of our four main rituals are out for right now, so nothing to do there. Let's see if we can't get something good finally. We're fighting a dragon. We should be able to get something really good. Let's see what we get. Double check the spells. Alright, time stop, dragon form, and 1 teleport just in case. Maybe that will help us to finish that dragon off if we get the treant over there. I was just thinking now, I should have put a summon a gargoyle, but I think that's not going to help right now. There's not much we can do. Alright, 1 dragon. Excellent. Alright, we are going to put the basilisk over here. We're trying to protect the cleric. That's the main point. So, and we're going to put a Pegasus out there. Actually, we're going to put a Dryad right there. So we've got our elves. Actually, we need to put our spider over here, our elves right here. Maybe like this. No, maybe like this. And we just definitely have to protect our cleric. That's the main thing. We're going to have a dragon form with the swordsman. So one fairy is going to take a beating right here. There's not much we can do about that. And then maybe we can protect the rest of these elves. But dragons can shoot 2 spaces, so any of these elves can be killed, and there's not much we can do about it. So we're just going to have to take our licks. We're going to move a Pegasus over there. Actually, we're going to move it. We're just going to keep that cleric alive. That's the main plan, and that means we need to make sure that the cleric's in the corner. And we could take some hits with our Master Enchanter. 78 hit points, 15 magic resist. Alright, there is the dragon. 217 hit points. 30 damage on the ranged attack, 40 damage on the attack. Alright, let's go ahead and do... Let's start with making sure that we can cast the Forest Maiden spell here and move in here to make sure we protect that cleric. And then we can't shoot the dragon from here. None of our elves got extra range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could have been shooting if we had range, but we didn't get that. Okay, and then we're supposed to do haste on the swordsman. And is there any other buffs we can put on the swordsman? No. What about with the cleric? No, not really. So now we can put on dragon form, and let's see if these extra hasted buffs actually work. Alright, so we have... First we're going to do astral energy on ourselves to make sure we have extra magic resistance. And then we're going to put... We should put stone skin on that, on the knight as well. And then we can put dragon form, but I want to do time stop. So let's do dragon form. And yeah, it does. It's hasted, so that's pretty good. That's Torin's little tip. Torin gave us that little tip right there, so it works. Pretty good. We could definitely buff up a little bit more, especially if we had a pure caster, a pure wizard build. Then we could put more buffs, so we'll have to think about that. 155 hit points, hits for 45 though. That's pretty strong. That's stronger. It's kind of strange. Let's see what level it is. It is level... I don't think it tells. It doesn't have a level. I don't know how it figures out all this. I guess 45 is because the knight underneath has more attack than normal. Maybe that's why it's getting all that extra attack. It has 24 stamina because the knight had 24 stamina, and it's got the hasted. 155 hit points. Can we move that far and attack? Well, we've got nothing to lose by coming and shooting. So that's pretty good. And then we'll see what happens from there, and we can always heal and do everything else. So I think we're good, and we're just going to take our beat down. Whoa, one shot. Wow. We got to weaken that dragon down a little bit. Is there anything we can do to weaken that dragon down? Well, we can hit with the treant. I don't think that... let's weaken it down first. Actually, we definitely should do double shot. No, you know what? We don't want to waste all of our stamina because this dragon is going to be tricky. We're going to do resurrection. We're going to try to heal. And we're going to try to heal again. And hopefully we can weaken this dragon down a little bit. And maybe we can... Okay, what about here? That's a pretty big hit. And we're only going to take 35 back. We only took 21 back. That's not bad at all. And here we could shoot, which would be 4 to 17, or we could attack, big attack, and I think that's the better plan. We took a hit though. We took 30 damage. It's pretty big. Okay, now we can do time stop. And did it work on the dragon? We've got 7 out of 7 moves, so we can move. So it did work on the dragon. That's excellent. That is pretty good. And that's a pretty good combo if it works on the dragon. Now we can start healing again. We can come back here, get a heal. And this dragon's not hitting for as much now, 28 damage. I don't even think it might be able to kill this. I might not even be able to kill that Pegasus, but it's probably going to come kill this fairy. Now, and we're going to come back here, get a heal. And then probably just shoot. We're not going to be able to kill it, although that would really weaken it down. Didn't hardly do anything now. We could do a kill. Could do a May kill there. Do we have any more healing? Yeah, we've got 1 heal there, but that's it. But we're almost healed up, so it wouldn't be that bad. We're going to fight another dragon, and we really don't want to go into that battle all weakened up, but at the same time, it should be alright. I think we're better off taking 1 little bit of damage, 24 damage. Well, then they're going to kill. We've got enough to resurrect and then heal. 1, you know what? I don't know if it's going to help. $20 damage. Yeah, God. Okay. Well, then I guess it's just time to finish. Let's do a heal with the cleric. We'll get our revenge with this Pegasus right here. Oh, we got a little spoils, Sword of Justice. We'll sell that. 275 gold, that's not bad. More resistance or ranged attack. We'll definitely take that resistance. And we got a Belt of Eternity. Well, that's pretty good. Summoning power +2 and hit points +5. That's not bad. And if we get more of the set, we can get spell duration, resistance negation, more summoning power, spell power. That's pretty good. Oh, I got about 1,000 gold and an eternity item. That's not bad. Well, finally getting a little something. Necromancer's Dungeon. Continue exploring. Titan Fortress. Continue exploring. Who knows what's there? Plate Armory. Continue exploring. Dark Cave. Now we're finding everything. Pretty crazy. We don't need the Sword of Justice. I think we've got better than that. But we have Dragon Armor, which is Resistance 2, Range Defense 1, Hit Points 6. This is Summoning Power +2 and Hit Points 5. That's pretty good. Well, I'm going to sell the sword. And I feel like selling some other stuff too. These mountain bracers, though, we might actually use for the warrior. Alright, well, we've got, see, we're only at +6 still, and that just cannot be right. So I don't know what's going on there, but let's repair. We're at +6 again. I don't know if we need summoning power to fight the next dragon, but if we need to fight something else. Maybe we should have got some different spells. We never did use teleport. We didn't really have time for that. But you never know if we would need that or not. Well, I'm going to have to think about what happened, see what would be the next plan for the next battle, and let's see where the enemy is. They're right on our doorstep, but we're going to get all the way to the next dragons right here. I think we can get there in one go round. Yeah, we can get all the way there, and then we've got to finish building this stables from the earthquake before we forget, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. So I think we're ready to move on, and then we'll be only 3 steps away from here. When they come into Viper Bogs, we'll just come in there. We'll do our Cult of the Titan, our Cult of the Phoenix, Cult of the Titan, or Dragon. That's going to be good. We've got Necromancer's Dungeons, Dwarves, Cult of the Titan, Lost Souls, not too bad. Wild Griffins, Barbarians, Undead, and Necromancers. The only one I'm really interested in is these dwarves. We haven't fought dwarves yet. We might really do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't really get there in one turn, but that's alright. We haven't fought dwarves yet. So that might be something I would like to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and until the next time, be well.